What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Cool Colas here, and you are now tuning into a new video on my channel. But before I get all into the topic for today, I would love for y'all to do a few things for me. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button, that way you're subscribed to my channel. Go ahead and hit the like button so that you can like this video. Hit the share button so you can share my video with other people who you would like to see or would like to have see it. Hit the bell icon so that you get notifications for whenever I come out with new content on this channel. And then when you're done, I would love for you to leave me a comment below so that I can get back to whatever it is that you had to say when all of this is done. For today's topic, I want to talk about my thoughts on men wearing dresses and even women wearing suits in Hollywood depictions and in media depictions. This is a very controversial topic, and this is something that I think a lot of people do not want to touch because they're afraid of the labels that they may be given one way or another for even tackling it. But to be honest with you all, I don't give a shit. I really don't care what people think. I don't care what people think about me, and I want to tell my opinion in a very true, honest, and also analytical fashion so that, you know, we can really get clear where my stance is. Now, with that being said, the reality is that there's a difference between being LGBT, like being a full-blown LGBT person and a black person who's LGBT, and then desiring to wear a dress because that's you. There's a difference between that and then being a straight black man and then just wearing one just because. I feel like there is always it's not even that I feel like it. I know there is a media agenda to try to feminize black men because they do not want black men to represent this image of masculinity that other people can respect and that other people can, see, will, not bend to the will of these different agendas. The reason why I feel like the men wearing dresses thing is not cool is because I think that they're setting the tone that in order to make it in Hollywood, you have to be someone who's willing to be complicit to white supremacist agendas, because I don't really see any real reason for a lot of these black people to be going around wearing dresses like that. And to be honest, like the people who've done it, as a jest or done it, as a comedy skit and things like that, I'm gonna be honest, I've never really found any of that stuff funny. I never found it funny to see a black man wearing a dress. Even back in the day when they had Martin playing Shenanigans, I didn't laugh that much. I actually laughed at Martin himself or some of the other little like roles he would dress up in. I never laughed at Big Mama's House. Medea, that thing was like a but I never really laughed at, Tyler Perry wearing a damn dress and, acting the way that he was acting. I just never really found it funny. I also think that to some extent, to a big extent, it also mimics black women too as well. It also is a way of caricaturizing black women, specifically with the sapphire image, so that they're made to seem loud, abrasive, ghetto, and all these other things, and which doesn't really have to be done. And I just don't find it funny, to be honest with you. I think that we need to set a standard as black men, but I think part of setting the standard isn't just, stopping from being complicit to their agendas. We also need to be able to create our own spaces. So these black men were in Hollywood, and I think that this is something that you all need to really understand. A lot of the black men that you see in Hollywood, the reason why they don't have a lot of their own spaces or haven't attempted to create a lot of their own spaces is because they are old Negro sympathizers. I talked about this in a previous video, and I'm going to talk about this over and over again till I'm blue in the face. A lot of these old Negro sympathizers are basically taking on they have the baton passed to them by the old niggas from the civil rights generation. A lot of them, the majority of them, are in these Hollywood spaces, and they're teaching other black men how to behave. They're basically being complicit with the agendas there so that they can be a success for themselves. But they're also then rolling around and then trying to make empowering messages at the same time and doing and saying certain things to try to make it seem like they still need to be respected. So they're trying to get all of their respect from them having an accolade, like being a good actor or winning, award for being a good actor or that type of thing, while also having no integrity at the same time. So they're winning all their respect from being skilled, not from being a person with great integrity. And so a lot of them have gotten into Hollywood, and in order to be able to keep up with the success that they have, they're willing to, you know, go along with the agendas that are given to them. Now, I think that the example that they should set if they had integrity would be to take the money that they've earned from a lot of these roles and positions and things that they've basically played in, and then create something for other black people, like other black men or other black men and black women, you know, other black men and black women, to spaces for them to be in so that they can, you know, get roles in like Hollywood, and for them to, and, you know, our own separate Hollywood, and for us to be able to, you know, capitalize and have our own media, you know, create our own stories and create our own spaces. They should be like leading the charge to this, but they choose not to because, again, they care about their own self-interest more than they care about trying to help black people. So that level of pro-blackness is not there. A lot of people talk about why is pro-blackness so important. Well, how the fuck do you think you get black unity and black people who are unified and trying to think in a empowering and in a progressive way? That's by pro-blackness, dumbasses. Anyway, so anyway, if you were pro-black and you were a similar mindset to somebody else who is, then you all will work together and band together to find a way to try to create something that is for black people and is going to be empowering and helpful for us. The point that I'm trying to make, though, is that when a lot of these black men, they go and they put on dresses, it's a symbol and it's a mind game. They're showing that they submit to the things that they want, that the dominant society wants them to portray about our community, or the ways that our community should behave. It's displacing our energies and our gender roles and things like that. Even, and I know a lot of people talk about black men in dresses. I'm gonna be real, the reverse of it, when I see black women in suits, I don't really like that either. I don't think it's sexy. I don't think it's attractive. I don't even think it's cool, to be honest with you. Like, you wearing a suit, so damn what? I don't think it's fly. I don't think it's cute. I like to see a woman in a dress. You know, I like to see a woman, you know, who looks traditional. Like, you can have like little things that you may do here and there to stand out. That's really cool. But, you know, that doesn't look cool to me either. Like, I don't like to see a woman, you know, being forced to be masculine, because that's also like part of that trauma, right? Black women not having the ability to be their most feminine selves. I mean, think about it. It's kind of like that the Sojourner Truth statement, or the thing that she said, "Ain't I a woman?" You know, that whole thing. It's it kind of goes back to that. You know, the dominant society has always wanted black women to not be able to thrive in their femininity. So that's why they you know, try to put them in these like power positions where they divest from us. And so, you know, they also want to make them the masculine heads of black society as well too. So I just think that putting them in suits is just another example of them trying to do that. I think the biggest example, and the one that I see most frequently now, is when they have black women be the center of black empowerment, especially in a lot of these movies and these TV shows that you see. A lot of times they show how they really don't need black men, but they're the main ones leading the charge in pro-blackness or pro-black aesthetics, which really is just a form of controlled opposition, if we're being honest. So to me, I feel like that is what we see quite a bit. But I don't want to go too much on that, because that's not quite as frequent as the black men in the dresses thing. Because the main thing that I have to ask myself is, if you're a black man and you're putting on a dress in Hollywood, and especially if you're not LGBT, what for? Like, what is the message that you're trying to get across? What is the, and my thing is, why not, what is the problem with trying to present yourself as a masculine black man? I don't really see how that's, I think it's counterproductive to showing black masculinity, because the reality is that black masculinity is always demonized, and it's almost equated, if we're really thinking about it, to toxic. You know, they always say toxic masculinity, which isn't really even a thing. And to me, I feel like it's just it's counterproductive. And the reality is that black men need to portray and display more images of themselves living and thriving in their masculinity. You know, be upstanding, be powerful, be somebody who is unwavering, be somebody who is bold, be somebody who's willing to express themselves in a way that is positive, and also look the part as well too. Don't wear a dress, wear a suit. You know, be upstanding, be somebody who is going to live and thrive in their masculinity, and show those things on television, show those things in movies, because ultimately the things that you show as a black man on television, they are examples and they are ways to teach black boys and black young men to behave. You know, you want to be able to show those images, and I think we need more of that. We need a lot more of that. So we don't need all this stuff with black men wearing dresses, because all it is proving how they're complicit to, you know, the agendas that the white supremacist really wants them to go along with. That's the reason why they do it. It's not a statement for trying to show sensitivity to people who are LGBTQIA+. As a matter of fact, I actually think it's backhanded to even assume that that is a statement for to basically advocate for people who are LGBTQIA+. And some people may even argue and say, oh, well, this is just black people showing that they can wear dresses and be masculine too, which that doesn't make any sense. Those two things are totally different. It's like a total oxymoron. And the other thing too is, I hate the argument that when someone criticizes a black man wearing a dress, that somebody wants to go around and they want to say, oh, that's just because you're not really secure in your masculinity. To me, that doesn't make any sense. It's almost like being very healthy. Let's say that you are a health guru and you have a fully alkaline vegan diet, and then somebody says, oh, well, you can have a pizza loaded with cheese and pepperoni. You know, at the end of the day, if you're secure in your health, then it shouldn't affect you or how healthy you really are. When in reality, when you do these different things, it does affect your health. It's the same thing with your masculinity. It does indeed affect your masculinity when you do something that is not masculine, because it becomes a part of your habits or something that you've chosen to do. Especially if you're willing to do things like that on a regular basis, it messes with your psyche. So it does change your energy, your masculine energy. It's very similar to the whole health thing. So to me, I feel like if you understood the way that the certain moves that you make, the way that they actually affect your being, then you wouldn't do things just to be complicit to an agenda so you can make some money. The other thing too that I think people need to understand is that if you are secure in your masculinity, you're not going to do anything that would break it or anything that would impede it. So you wouldn't eat that slice of pizza if you're on an alkaline vegan diet, because it would change your diet in the way that you feel. And it would ultimately change the level of health that you are. It's the same thing with masculinity. You know, the things that you do that are not masculine habitually will change your masculine energy to a certain extent. And of course, we're all made of feminine and masculine energy in different pieces and different percentages. But you're not going to do anything that's going to make you less masculine. I don't really see the actual point in that, other than to prove to a moron walking around saying that you're not secure in your masculinity that you're actually secure. It doesn't make any sense. So the reality is that we just simply need to see more images of black men who will be masculine, show themselves as masculine, and will not just put on dresses either for comedy or just to, you know, show some level of sensitivity to people who are LGBTQIA, if that's the goal, which to me, I feel like it's never that. And I think it's disingenuous to assume that you are even that's what they are doing, or to say that that's what they're doing. Anyway, y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to have more on this topic. I just wanted to address a little bit and give you all a little something to think about and to consider. Feel free to leave me some comments below and let me know what you think. Other than that, I hope y'all have a good rest of y'all's day, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.